Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Now look at Bitcoin, kind of seeing how the day's rounding out here. I'm a little early because I have some things I got to take care of a little bit later, so apologize. Not a strong day here today for any TA, but we'll make sure to cover the important stuff here for Bitcoin, kind of see what's going on, and double check some important stuff that we were talking about earlier today. Mainly this range-bound activity we're starting to see here form 68.5 upwards of, 58,500 upwards of 60.2, basically 60,200. So we got this range between there. The price action is more likely to jump up and down, and then inevitably, once it officially breaks free, that will probably be the definitive range, or more important, it'll break free from the range and it'll be the definitive direction, okay? And when I say definitive, if it breaks to the upside, doesn't mean it's just going to shoot to the moon. Yeah, let's just get that out there. There's a CME gap here. It makes sense for the price to there's incentive essentially for the price to come higher. So just know that's a relevant thing. Let's go ahead and quickly note a few other factors here as well with the back-end liquidation data. I want to say thanks again to my community for some awesome feedback. Appreciate the positive support here recently. You guys are awesome. Guys and gals, we got some nice profit AVAX, 44%, Bitcoin 54%, and a small 10% from Solana. That was basically just a salvaged short trade that looked a little dicey in the 160 range, but as we saw, strong resistance there. We'll cover that later. Taking a look here at Bitcoin, we've got a lot of liquidation starting to form at the lowest levels. So this leads me to believe we're probably going to see further continuation of the downside. But again, this happens a lot, right? Where there's a very strong support or resistance level. The price can't go past it. And there's a lot of liquidation just hanging out there that hasn't been touched yet. You could say the same thing here at 65,000. There's billions of dollars up there. Like every one of these bars is 5 to 10 billion. There's a lot of money up there, right? Those shorts are in play. Why those shorts haven't fully secured profits is far beyond me. But I can understand that this is a bearish type of scenario. You may as well hold in a sense and adjust your stop loss lower if you have a short open. Having said all that, though, if we look at this, there is a decent amount of liquidation here again, about 15 to 20 billion roughly, between 57 and maybe 57.7. Okay, so just know that exists there. A quick sweep to the downside and recovery is very, very common. So just understand that. So again, does that mean the price is going to go down first before it goes up? Not necessarily. It also doesn't mean the price is going to go up and then go down either. We truly don't know where it's going to go. That's the darn stinking problem here. But no one ever truly will know. Even the whales don't know because there's other whales to combat them. So it's an interesting thing, but the way we want to kind of figure it out is look at the big picture and work our way down. The simple way to understand it is that we are truly bearish on every single time frame. I'll highlight the important stuff here, but from my analysis from earlier is pretty much spelling further downside. There'd be no reason for the price to rally back past that 62K mark. I'm rounding up a little at 61.8, but there is a CME gap upwards of 61.8. Okay, so just say resistance shelf at 62K and then further down if that happens. That's what this little line on the chart here is for, is to kind of give you a representation. If the price does break free from the range to the upside, that's probably something we'll see. We'll go ahead and keep that updated as we progress here, but for the moment, let's go ahead and reference the scenario here. The recommendation is not to take a long position. That's the easy way to understand it. We're still under the 20-day SMA and all others, of course, but the 20 is a good starting point to effectively get back on track. If we look at our local point of control here, this is ever since we've been in this range, if you will, since August 8th, about 20 days, we can see the point of control is right where the price is at. So 59.4, we have a lot of volume at this range. Okay, so basically 60 to 59,000. We have a lot of volume there. Obviously, we zoom out, it's a different story, but generally speaking, that's what we're looking at here for the local area. If we do take a look at the bigger picture, we can recognize that we're still under 50 on the RSI. Until we break back up above this, I'm not going to feel confident taking a long. Stochastic swinging down, MACD diverging. These are all reasons to, avoid long positions. Specifically on Bitcoin, alts could be a different story. Some are starting to bottom out, but again, Bitcoin is still defining its range. And until it does, you want to kind of either pump the brakes or work within the range, right? If you are a range trader, then this is a perfect situation for you. Just buy 58.5 and sell around 60,000. Just keep doing that until it doesn't, right? Again, you want to be careful with that, but I don't prefer range-bound activity. Honestly, I don't even know what I prefer, just because I really like to take trades that have confirmation. They all come in different shapes and sizes, but there's no confirming factors that we see here. There is a little bit more fair value gap down to the lower side here. And to speak candidly too, based on liquidation and larger fib levels, I would say 57,000 and or 55K seem like likely probable areas of retracement. if the price were to continue lower. Again, we got to break free from this range, and a few other things need to happen, but generally speaking, there's more reason for the price to go down than up at this point. I figured once we broke 60K, if we did, then we're more likely to revisit the 55 to 50K range. I really, really hope that happens because I got some nice limit orders in that range there. But again, beggars can't be choosers in this market, right? Anyways, we're under 50 on the RSI, stochastic swinging up, but also kind of plateauing, if you will. It looks like it's having some difficulty. And basically just telling us there's not a lot of momentum, right? Every little momentous push gets stunted out. MACD is trying to converge, but it's just losing its momentum too. It's a natural curvature that occurs when the price pulls back as strong as it did. If we take a look at Ichimoku Cloud, we can recommend, or sorry, keep saying that, we can reference here this descending trend and just understand that we're still below the cloud. We're still not in a good shape here. Okay, so hypothetically, we'll just say that the price action continues sideways like this for almost indefinitely, right? We've seen range-bound activity last for a while. If that happens, when it breaks, as soon as it breaks free to the upside here, I think it's more likely for us to see a run towards 62K. If it breaks to the downside and officially closes below, again, you're looking for a candlestick closure, a candle body below those levels or above, then I would say 57 and or 55 makes sense. So we're really just waiting for Bitcoin to establish itself in outside the range. And at that point, that should be the determining factor. We do want to also consider liquidation at that time too, whatever that might look like. But as this lower liquidation level starts to accumulate, there's more propensity for us to see that get hit. Now again, just keep in mind, this doesn't mean the price is going to free fall because there's liquidation there. It just implies that we're going to, at the very least, see something like this, a very obnoxious candle wick. Oh my God, I keep doing that. There we go. Yeah, this guy right here, it's not a good sign, right? Anytime you see a really, really long candle wick, that's just kind of a liquidation sweep. And again, it happens a lot. You saw the same thing happen here. So minus those outliers, we're probably going to see the price be range bound until it isn't. Okay, it's really just the easy way to understand it. So again, in situations like this, me personally, I just pump the brakes. I told my community I'm not planning to take a trade for at least 24 hours. That was earlier today. While there are some juicy targets and some coins that are performing moderately well, like ETH, for example, doing pretty good. Honestly, this is a coin that looks like it wants to break out. Am I going to trade that right now? Not really, just because I have kind of a rule. When the market dumps, I usually wait a good day or two before I take a trade. And that goes for my day trades too, by the way. If you're using my day trading bot or CryptoCache Premium Plus, then you're going to want to make sure that you, kind of wait it out a little bit, because you can get some false positives in the situations like this, right? It's not really the most ideal trading conditions. It's more gambling than it is trading. So again, smaller time frames, you have different overextensions you can play, but swing traders don't necessarily use small time frames. Maybe for confirmation, but not necessarily for more longer holds. That's the whole point of this, right? So me being a swing trader, I don't recommend a trade right now. Okay. So if you don't like that, you're probably in the wrong place. But if you like somebody that kind of shoots you straight and tells you how it is, I hopefully can be your guy. So thanks again for watching. Hit the like button, comment below if you get a chance. Love to hear from you, obviously. And either way, we'll look forward to work with you. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.